Hello everybody and welcome back to the Stevie P channel. I'm once again joined by my boy Beeks. I'm going to be talking about the Euro 2020 squad, which is going to be bigger than what we thought it was going to be. It was originally supposed to be a 23-man squad, and it's now been, the rules have been changed because of COVID. That's just all the reason that they have to give these days. And it is now going to be a 26-man squad. So we're going to be looking at the England, Gareth Southgate's 26-man squad, as well as our starting 11 if they were to start this weekend, for example, who we'd each put out. So, Beeks, I'm going to start with you, and we're going to sort of see how our squads differ, and then we'll go with our starting lineup and see how they differ.
We can skip keepers, right?
Yeah, keepers we know. It's Pickford, Henderson, and Nick Pope. We know that by injury, that will be the three. I think if it's injured, I think it gets quite interesting. I think a couple of talks about Sam Johnston.
I mean, I would take him. Just he's been insane this season.
Yeah, so but yeah, I mean it's going to be the three keepers. So defenders, what have you got for us?
See, screw Southgate. Whatever bias and favoritism he has towards the likes of Trippier.
You have to have all the fullbacks. You have to have all the fullbacks.
He's staying in Spain.
You have to have all the fullbacks.
He can enjoy.
They need a betting consultant.
He can stay in Spain. Right, so I've gone with Chilwell and Shaw on my left-hand side. Yeah, they picked themselves. And then Maguire, England's best centre-back. Do not at me. Do not try me. Don't try me. England's best centre-back, along with Stones and Conor Cody. I think he's deserved his spot. Obviously, he will clearly get into this. Tyrone Mings, I just think England need another option. Left-footed centre-back, definitely needed. And then Kyle Walker, if they decide to play five at the back, you can slot in there as the third centre back. And then Trent and Reece James. Tell me what you've got, Steve.
Well, to be fair, it's the same, but I'm not backing Conor Cody. I think he's been not quite the Conor Cody of last season, and I also think that Southgate loves his fullbacks. So I've gone with Trippier ahead of Conor Cody because he can play on the right and he's played on the left for England. So that gives you 3 right backs, 2 left backs, and someone who can do a bit of both.
Sure, but
I also think, the XP. Think about that World Cup semi-final.
That's talking about a free kick.
That free kick.
That erupted a whole nation.
He would have been knighted if they'd gone through. Just because he got banned for a bit of betting.
I think England have enough set piece takers. Obviously, we'll get into the midfield.
But also, I think, and I also did that with if they do go 5 at the back. Look, we've gone with the same amount of defenders, so I think that's about right. Yeah. I just think that we need probably more fullback options. I also think that when we look at the midfielders, because you picked 4 centre backs, eh?
Yeah.
I've only done 3, which is probably not a lot.
I just did it for when Maguire, his body just eventually gives up.
I think we can both agree it's going to be Maguire Stones.
Yeah.
That's going to be the partnership. And then Tyrone Mings is a nice like for Maguire.
Well, I'm just thinking if Maguire's body eventually gives up, we don't know what's going on with the man's body.
He's a tank. I also think if Maguire were to be injured, or even Stones injured, I think that Luke Shaw could actually do a job at centre back, to be honest. I think if anything get injured, they're going to go to a back 3.
Yeah, 100%.
Back 5 in Southgate. So, midfielders, what have you got?
Okay. So, considering the injury concerns that we have for Grealish and Henderson. So
I've left Henderson out. I'm going to be very frank. I've left Henderson out. He's not played. It's May. It's 6 weeks until the start, and he has not played a single minute. He's not even training. So this guy's going to get at most maybe 2 weeks. And I must go to the Euros and start.
Well, I've got his alternative. So Henderson's in, but if he's injured, then Calvin Phillips is a definite corner. And then I've got Declan Rice, picks for himself, Mount, Jude Bellingham, very impressed this season, especially his progression throughout from the beginning of the season till now. I've got Lingard. Do not at me. This man is going to the Euros. I don't know if he should start.
Casey Lingard.
But he
is Mount ahead of him, I think.
Yeah. Foden.
Picks
himself. Grealish, depending what happens with him. Ward-Prowse is my...
He's in my squad, but he needs to play some football before then.
Yeah, Ward-Prowse is my alternative. And then James Maddison.
Nah, I don't back. No. Don't back.
He's been great. And
I don't back Maddison.
He can go between 10 and 8.
Yeah, but see, so this is what I've gone. I'm going Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips. Not ever to be on the same pitch at the same time. Ever. Southgate will do that though. He'll go 5 at the back. Phillips, Declan Rice. And you think of the generational talents he has everywhere else in the field, but that's regards. So I've gone those two. I've also got Jude Bellingham. If he can pull off a performance like he did against City for 2 or 3 of those Euro games, I think he's class. I've gone with him ahead of Jordan Henderson. And
interesting.
Yeah, and then I've got Mason Mount, too good for England especially. Phil Foden, speaks for himself. I've got Ward-Prowse, because I think it's another option.
It's a piece.
So I've sort of gone 2 CDMs, 2 centre midfielders.
Well, what do you count Ward-Prowse as? Because
I wouldn't really call him a CDM. I'd call him more as, he's a bit like a Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
I think he can do more of a job. I think him, just above Rice. He's got a decent pass range, got a nice set piece. And then I've gone Lingardinho.
Yeah,
that's standard.
His form since he's moved to West Ham has been...
I'm not backing James Maddison. I think the reason is that if you want to play as a 4-3-3 and you want to play a CM, you've got Foden who can play there. Can also play off the left. You've got Mount. You've got Lingard. If you really want, you can bring Jack Grealish. That's where he likes to play. He's better off the left. That's also where he likes to play. So I don't think we really need Maddison.
It's just experience. Yeah? Talking about experience,
Maddison doesn't bring that much experience. It sounds like a 25-year-old veteran.
He needs the experience because eventually he might be that guy.
And you've got Phil Foden there, you're fine. Lingard's like 27, you're fine.
What do you mean?
Mason Mount's there, you're fine. Okay, so you've gone Maddison. Madison's the big one, the big difference.
I think
so you're keeping Henderson if he's fit?
Yes, if he's fit, yes.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm thinking he just hasn't played enough football.
Leadership.
Nah, stuff that.
Leadership in the midfield.
Okay, forwards.
Oh, I hope it's not a debate. So I've gone Sancho, even though his form this season has been...
It's not even that bad.
It's not bad, but he started off terrible.
Yeah, but I mean... Like, you look at his numbers this season, he's not having that bad of a season.
Yeah, I think everyone's just coming off the high of his numbers from last season.
Also, people don't watch Dortmund.
I watch Dortmund. Well, I watch Marco Reus. So I have to watch Dortmund.
Like, it's easy to say. Because, like, last season, because he literally had 40 goal involvements in 40 games. 20 goals, 20 assists. I mean, the OCD people were losing their mind. They were loving him. But... So you're always like, oh, Sancho scored again. Oh, Sancho assisted again. Oh, Sancho scored again. Oh, Sancho assisted again. Where it hasn't been as frequent this season, and that's what people are stats to see, unfortunately. But I'm backing the Sancho shot. I'm with you.
Harry Kane.
Yeah, inevitable.
He starts. Rashford also. Sterling as well. Ollie Watkins for me, he gets his ticket. I will explain why.
He's played about 10 minutes of English football. You're going to take him to the Euros.
That man is a workhorse. That West Brom Villa game over the weekend.
Dude, it's West Brom.
What a game.
It's West Brom. You're beating Sam Allardyce. That's not even a good Sam Allardyce.
The Liverpool game in the beginning of the season.
Dude, that was miles ago.
For me, for what I've seen, he warrants a ticket. Danny Ings, I think his form over the past 2 seasons, bar his injury spells, he deserves a spot. And Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, I've also gone with the Greenwood shout. I've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Played a lot more for England. Yes. Got very good numbers for England.
Yes.
And I think he's a presence in the box. If you're going to have James Ward-Prowse, for example, or Phil Foden, or Mason Mount, and you go and stick Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the middle of that box, there's 40 goals.
Although his form's dipped.
Yeah, it has. To be fair, I think his form was kind of dipped with James. When James got injured, and there was none of that, and that left foot wasn't just... But I'm a big Dominic Calvert-Lewin fan. I'll take him ahead of...
No, I am a big fan of him, but for me personally, it was a toss-up between those two. But I just think the work rate that Watkins has over him just tipped it for me.
Nah, I'm back. Then I've left out Ings as well. Because I've got Jack Grealish as a forward. Because that's how Southgate thinks.
It doesn't make sense though. But
he comes off the left. So Southgate say you'll play... See, the problem is that you can't have Rashford on the left and Grealish.
Then where does Sterling play?
Nah, Sterling's on the right.
But Rashford's been playing more on the right than Sterling this season.
Yeah, I know.
If I just look at things.
I back Southgate to put him on the right.
To be fair.
I'll put it. To be fair, I mean, it's that's why also for me you have to take Sancho. He's your only genuine out and out right winger in inverted commas.
Yeah, definitely. Although people are saying his form this season.
I don't back that. Just take Sancho. Southgate, take Sancho. United buy Sancho. Okay, so we've got our squads more or less the same. We've probably got 3 or 4 which are a bit dicey.
Yeah.
So your starting lineup from the back to the front.
The keeper debate has been boggling my head because you got Pickford, who's the best distributor.
Yeah.
Pope, who's the best shot stopper, and Henderson, who's a bit of both.
Yeah.
So it kind of comes into a question: who's not going to play in the tournament? Because there will be one keeper that definitely will not get minutes. And unfortunately, if I'm thinking Southgate, Henderson is not going to get a minute in the tournament.
I'm not convinced. I think that
despite Pickford's form,
I think Nick Pope's a fantastic keeper, but I do think the fact that he doesn't know what to do with the ball at his feet, I think he's, especially now that Dean Henderson's playing, if Dean Henderson finishes the season strongly, I think he moves into number 2. And I think if Pickford makes a mistake,
Pickford's a 3.
No, I think you're going to see Henderson start.
But Nick Pope is an
I know, he is, but...
And he's massive.
He is, but I think in the modern game, much like even De Gea was struggling, you can't play with the ball at your feet, you don't find yourself in the team.
Okay. That in mind, I do want Henderson to start. I think he pips the spot for me.
I think I'll back Pickford. To be fair, I watched Pickford again. It was in the weekend, and he made a couple of really good saves.
Well, yeah, it's not wrong, but he has that mistake in it.
Oh yeah, he does.
Where
Henderson has a mistake in him. We saw it against Milan.
It's not as prominent.
No, he doesn't play as much.
Well, no, he does. But yeah, with Pickford, I like my heart. Like I can't deal with it. But he does seem to turn up in the tournament.
Okay, so you're gonna go.
Henderson.
So you're starting Henderson. I'm going to say that Southgate starts Pickford, so I'm going to go with Pickford. But let's go through your team first and work through my team.
At right back.
It's the biggest ball in the team for me.
It is the biggest ball in the team. Kyle Walker starts for me.
Okay.
At my centre backs, it will obviously be Maguire, Stones, and then left back. Also a big call, but Shaw pips it for me.
Nah, please, it's not a big call.
Chelsea fans will fight us.
Nah, but Chelsea fans must bug off.
And then I want a midfield 3 with 2 pivots. So I want Declan Rice and Henderson. If Henderson is not fit, I want Mason Mount to play at 8. I think he has a lot of hidden talent back there.
Okay.
And then I want Grealish at the 10. I think he operates much better as a cam, more than off the left. That's just a personal opinion. Plus, there's too many people on the left for him to play. My front 3 will be Kane in the middle, Rashford on the right, and Sterling on the left.
So the big call is that you've left out Phil Foden.
And Sancho.
Look, I don't think Sancho starts. I think the fact that there's debate about whether he even goes, shows you he won't start.
My reason, it's a very irritating thing that I have now with both these managers, is that Foden and Grealish will start in the middle but drift to the left, forcing the left winger, in City's case it will obviously be like another midfield or whatever, to drift back into the middle. So he has that tendency of always going to the left hand side. And Grealish starts a lot of games on the left wing. Why?
Because he operates.
Yo, but he's a
stats.
He's a
Stats FC.
But the way his style of play just says, put me in the middle of the park and give me the free roll.
Yeah, but the stats say off the left.
But I need pace.
And he's going to be supplying Kane.
Yeah, but I need Kane to do what he's doing at Tottenham. Drop down, give out, make that run in.
Score goals.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm going to go Pickford. I think that Southgate will play him, and I think he's the best of the boys. I think if Henderson has a good end to the season, I would back him. I don't think Pope starts because I don't think he's good enough at his feet. Which is harsh. I really like Pope. My centre backs, Maguire, Stones, that's inevitable. Shaw on the left back, also inevitable. With Kyle Walker right back as well. I'm going Declan Rice next to Jude Bellingham.
Interesting.
Hey, if he plays like he has, I'm backing it. Jude Bellingham or James Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse is probably a safer option, you know what you're getting from Ward-Prowse.
And Mount. Mount is work rate.
Mount is playing ahead of them.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
So I'm going Declan Rice, I'm going Ward-Prowse or Jude Bellingham, and then I'm going Mason Mount.
Is he a front three?
Front three, go with me here.
Yeah.
Rashford on the left,
Okay.
Luke Shaw partnership.
Yes.
Maguire.
Yes.
Manchester United, Manchester United.
Sense, yes.
And then we're Sterling on the right, Stones, Walker, Sterling.
Yeah, okay. I see why. Okay.
And then obviously Harry Kane up front. So I'm going with combinations. I'm thinking
I see what you're saying.
I'm thinking that Shaw and we've all played. Done the packs, done the FIFA packs. You get that Kim. So I'm going Shaw and Rashford as a combination. I'm going Sterling and Walker as the combination. And I think Bellingham is. Yeah, I think he can be something that's special. But you could also go James Ward-Prowse and just tell him to run the shit out of it.
Because that's why I asked you, what do you see him as a centre mid or a CDM? Because he kind of does both.
No, I wouldn't. I think Declan Rice. Also, Declan Rice is a CDM that can also play with the ball.
And he's very disciplined as well. Like he will stay in between Maguire.
And he won't drift out of position. His positional play is very good. So that's why I think if Declan Rice plays as well as he can allow to experiment Jude Bellingham. If you're nervous about Declan Rice, or if Calvin Phillips plays, for example, I would back James Ward-Prowse, who's also very disciplined, knows his role, knows what to do, won't get caught out of position. I'm not taking Jordan Henderson because he's just not fit enough.
And Grealish?
Grealish for me comes on
unpacked.
Yeah, him, Foden, and Sancho, even Mason Greenwood, they're coming on for your Rashford, Sterling, Mason Mount.
Well, Greenwood is just that different.
Yeah, Greenwood is if you just
need
want something
that you need that left or the right
foot, whatever he is. you need that, but
very interesting thing that people will tell us is Saka is.
Nah, don't come with don't come with the Saka chat. Ahead of who? He's not going to take three. I mean, it's a left back, it's a left wing. I mean, he's not moving. If your potential left wings, your left forward over here is Rashford, Grealish, Sterling, Foden. You can all play off the left. Now I must have
Mount.
And now I must have blooming Saka there. I also think Trent could do a job in the midfield if he needed to. Not necessarily in the midfield, but
in a weaker team.
Yeah, if they needed to rotate, I reckon. But I think Trent probably starts on the bench at the moment. The reason I've gone with Trippier is because if you need something really reliable to do a job.
My thing as well, I think England do need that delivery off the right, but like you said, chemistry with the wingers. And I think Walker's just everything you kind of need in the...
Well, he's
not everything, he does have that mistake, but again, he's fast, he's strong, he can put in XP, he can put in a decent cross. He's got the Pep Guardiola mindset where he can...
He does how to win trophies.
Yeah, exactly.
Man's could be winning a treble this season.
Winning mentality. But I'm just hoping that there's no clashes in terms of teammates.
Southgate's like the cool uncle. You'll sit there and offer it.
The golden generation had its problems.
Yeah.
They express...
No, it is all about... I think we are seeing a lot less club rivalry.
Yeah.
I think you're seeing people like Jadon Sancho...
Roy Keane is not happy about.
Yeah, no, but he's not, and he might not be happy. I think it will benefit England. I think, your Sanchos, Lingards, Sterling, Rashford, those guys, Declan Rice and stuff like that, they'll get along very well with each other.
You don't need like a situation with the Gerrard, Lampard.
No, I think they won't have that, which is why I think they're probably being labelled as a genuine contender for in the World Cup, because they've got so much talent and it's a side which probably will hopefully in theory gel a little bit better.
And grow well.
Yeah, and it's a nice young squad. I don't think you've named anyone there that's Walker's probably the oldest.
Lingard's about 26, 27. Bordering on 28.
Yeah, no, but either way, it's
not old.
It's a very young.
They can all play the next World Cup.
Oh yeah, and probably the next Euros.
Yeah,
4 years time. Yeah. So that's our 3 years time. That's our England squad. Let me know what yours is down in the comments below. Do smash like on the video as well. Subscribe as well if you have any ideas for videos and stuff like that. Also check them in the comments as well. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.